I'm a wanderer. I camp all over the place, and winter times I like to head down to desert southwest Arizona where the clouds are like pretty clear. And I decided to chart the moon just to see the pattern, just like how Abraham said in the writings of Abraham. He called it the pattern of heaven, and that's exactly what I observe it as. It is a pattern of heaven. And so I charted the moon from new moon to the 15th day, and with my right shoulder on where the moon or sun goes out of sight, using flat Earth model, of course, where the sun goes out of sight, looking straight ahead. At the night before the 8th day, like last night, it was so clear. It was a perfect 1/4 moon, and it was directly perpendicular to the earth. And then on the 15th day, I've always observed, again with my right shoulder on where the sun goes out of view, the full moon is rising right at the same time the sun is setting, just like Enoch explains. And that's the pattern I've observed over and over and over. It has not changed. It is so fixed. Just like he said in Psalms, that the moon is his faithful witness. And I just praise Yah that he showed me this in the last year and a half ago.
Well, it's so good to hear your testimony, Brother Michael. We're so thankful, and we're glad you're here today for the first time.
This is Diane from Alaska. I would like to share my testimony in that it took Heavenly Father bringing me from Alaska to a Sukkot meeting in Idaho, in a rather remote area, where I met Sister M and Joseph and Victoria, all at that meeting. And Sister M and her other person she was with gave a presentation on the lunar Sabbath day. And I don't think anybody else that was in the group really received it, but it hit home for me. And when I came back to Alaska, I researched more, and I also researched your website, Barbara. And I'm still learning, and I've tried sharing this with other people. And of course I get all the classic rebuttals about the lunar Sabbath. But I'm not giving up because this makes sense to me. And it's really sad how, over time, many people have been deceived. And statements in the Bible that says narrow is the gate makes a lot more sense now than it ever did before. Thank you for listening.
Thank you, Diane. And we do have a playlist on the YouTube channel for newcomers, and it answers so many of those objections that we get because we're excited. We want to tell people about it, and then we get a lot of negative response. And that newcomer playlist is really quite helpful. And then there's a couple more playlists on the YouTube channel. The YouTube channel is called Lunar Sabbath. It's real easy to find. And there's quite a few about rebuttals and objections. Oh.